Welcome back, Cover Junkies, to Cover Decoder. It is the show where we take out the rusty razor of the past and shave off the chest hair nipples. Wait, not the nipples.
Revealing the nipples of truth underneath.
Just the hair to reveal the slightly less wrinkled skin beneath.
Now here's the question: Did we all get tetanus shots?
Yeah, well, here's the truth, folks. This is the scary truth. Everyone knows that they use the razor in their shower that's been sitting there for like 3 months, and that shit is covered in tetanus. And
save money.
I have one of those old school razors, and you kind of twist the handle, and it's all like stainless steel, and it pops open, and it has those old school razors in there, and they're double sided. And when you've used one side, you just flip it over, and you use the other side, and you throw them away. And it's amazing, and it's super cheap, and you just buy, the extra packs of razors. Don't cost anything.
You heard it here, folks.
We leave it in the shower. We leave it in the shower, and we occasionally will open it up, and
there's fungus.
It's just it's rusty.
It's
like, I'm glad.
So you have to go back down to the
shots.
Antique Emporium.
That is an absolute true story. Absolute true story.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Brengineer is such a man. You would think he'd throw it away. He just sprays WD-40 on it.
No,
he just sprays some WD-40 on it.
I get a little steel wool,
and we're good to go.
And
there might be a little rust on the razor,
but it's good to go. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
you oil the razor, you like what you feel.
You scrape it across your skin, you like what you see.
You like the way you bleed. We have a very special episode for you today. It's not really an episode. It's just a little bit. It's just a little steak bite for you. But as you saw from the title, we are ready. We have come this far, and we are ready to drop a fat merch bomb right on top of your beautiful heads.
Beautiful.
And so we are going completely full nepotism here. We have the artist with us here in the studio. We are going to get his thoughts, his feelings on the shirt for you, ladies and gentlemen, because this shirt, this special shirt, was designed by the one and only Inkaloni Tony Baloney. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Inks, welcome him to the studio.
Inks.
Yes, yeah. I'm very delighted to be here, to share my brilliance with the fucking world. All right.
Now, right out the gate. Where
are we going?
I'm the bull. You're the guy with the saber. You're flashing your red cape at me. In this case, it's a black cape. Where's the pink, buddy? I'm charging. Where's the pink?
Where is the pink? There's no pink on this shirt.
Where's the pink? There's no pink on this shirt.
This is a crime.
The shirt printing world.
This is an crime.
You got a couple of options, right? Come on. I know my business.
Pink? Is that the option here?
No, if I maybe one day there'll be a color version, but with shirt printing you can usually do about 6 different inks to a design, but I went with white this time on black, classic Dungeon Synth, classic black metal style, because the more inks you add, the more expensive it gets, and we want our logo plastered on as many chests and as many bellies as possible.
Yeah, we want you guys to get the beautiful effect of this shirt without paying out the butt for it.
Right.
Is basically where it's going. And the black and white is very catchy.
And it was designed in black and white. It's like high contrast, lots of glares. And I guess I'll put a link for you guys to see what this shirt looks like.
It's going to be on the webs. It's going to be everywhere.
We are linking to it and where to buy it. But yeah, you will see what I'm talking about. Designed for the high contrast.
The man inside of Inks is a high contrast man. So we are going to do this proper. We're going to do this proper. Just because Inks is part of the show does not mean he gets a free fucking ride, okay? You're getting this taxi.
I'm getting all the free rides.
It's Inks, it's paper, or it's out the door, okay? So we're going to do it right here for you folks. So, Brengineer, why don't you break down what you're looking at?
first off,
Take it all in.
there's a lot going on
There's a lot going
on this
on.
shirt. And here's what you're going to be wearing on your
Full claw,
chest.
full claw.
This is what
Full
you
claw.
got. You've got our flaming cover decoder bursting out of a book.
Yep.
That's right.
Out of the cover of a book like some black flaming
You'll
magic.
recognize it as the green emblazoned logo on our episodes.
That's right. Cover decoder, right smack dab in the middle.
Yes.
Above is the sinister, masked cover cassette tape
Ooh,
villain.
is he a cult leader? Ooh, is he a ghost? Ooh, I'm not quite sure.
Ooh,
What's
very-
he holding?
very
Not
spooky.
sure. Spooky.
I think he's a cover hero.
Oh,
And we have the tape finder general fondling some VHS tapes.
Can I just add? I love that there are rocket boosters on the space tapes in the top. What was that? Was great. That was great.
Yeah, so the top left, you kind of have these flying Star Wars-esque.
Yeah.
They don't look anything like Star Wars, but I get the idea. They're in formation and they're shooting past. On the other side, there's a little owl here.
Oh yes, who could that be?
That's our good pal and occasional
Voyeur.
what would he
resident
be?
peeper.
voyeur.
Voyeur.
Yes, resident cover decoder peeper.
We love our cover
Moon
peeper.
Age, also known as the owl.
Yes.
Now, some of this you're going to need to know. You will need to have heard the first episode, and I think if you've been along with the journey from the very beginning,
Yeah, you folks
this
are gonna
shirt
really
will
like
be
this.
all the more special for you.
This was tailored to
So
you,
we-
folks. It really was.
This is tailored to you, yeah, to our first folks who listened in, who's been with us through the whole thing. First episode, we kind of came up with what our spirit
We struggled through our avatars.
creatures are. Yeah, try to figure out what their avatars are, right? And so, of course, there's the tape finder general. That is tapes, right? And then there's me. I just
Von
kind of
Mandrake!
threw out. I threw out the first thing that came to mind for some reason, which was the Mandrake. I tried to change my creature to Nicolas Cage.
Too late.
'cause
You
in a
made
way
out of
he's a-
semen.
Too late.
That was
made
the
it out.
line.
So
And if you leave
I
too much
become-
open around us as a group, we're going to seize on it. And so I combined the mythical creature of Nicolas Cage with the Mandrake to make a Mandraculous Cage.
It is so
Which represents
beautiful,
Bringineer.
folks. The leaves popping up. It almost looks like on one of the ends of the leaves there's a little berry.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
head.
Yep.
And we have full. If you folks, this is amazing. This is so amazing, folks. So you can't visually see us, but if you wear this shirt, if you look at this shirt, you can get the actual visual representation of the Bringineer signature claw. The claw is on the shirt, folks.
Which we all do
it's
now.
It's in full display. Now on the bottom right of the shirt, we have Inks riding Falcor. Luck Dragon.
Whoa!
A generic
Doing
luck
the
dragon. We don't want to
signature,
get sued.
pose.
Oh, it's got Inks with the most childlike shit-eating grin on his face.
That's right.
And the luck dragon is
'Cause,
like, "Oh, why are you carrying me on your back? We can't do this anymore, Inks."
It's mutual joy. I know. I'm
Inks is just
a
digging
heavy mount.
spurs.
I'm a heavy rider.
And there we are, folks. That's what you got. There's roots. There's some sparkly magic. There's flying tapes. There's flaming logos and seeming Nick Cage with the Mandrake hair and a masked cassette tape vigilante and an owl. I mean, everything you want is on this shirt.
Yeah, it is the full representation of our collective brains mashed together.
Yeah. If
let's
you're thinking it sounds wild, it's because it is.
It is absolutely wild. Take a look at it. Let's go to the next phase here. So, Inks. First of all, I saw bits and pieces of what you crafted here. Tell us how each of the sections, because they're kind of broken up into sections, came into being, and how did you design them? Like what was going through your brain when you did each of these?
Sometimes you sit down and you just do a whole piece, and then sometimes stuff just kind of like like a brick wall. Each little piece comes together. If you go to our website, you'll see on our banner is something like a proto version of the T-shirt. We've got the villain tape finder looming over the flaming magic letters. We got the angry mandrake with the claw out, and then I've got a luck dragon on the other side. And it was done to be wide for our banner for our website. And then, after designing, I was like, oh, that would be kind of cool on a T-shirt. And then I tried to put that banner on a T-shirt, and it just didn't fit. Because a T-shirt, you kind of have to have like a square area. So I redrew everything to
you
be
almost
kind
made it
of
more like a
fitting in
triangle, which I
yeah,
think
it's
is
like
really
a diamond.
Cool.
It's kind of like a diamond. Yeah, so I was like, I had to reformulate it from a banner to like a diamond badge or whatever. And so it just started, it easily started with the tape finder and the mandrake scream. And then I was like, we'll have to balance it out.
Why was it so easy for you to do tape finder and mandrake scream?
And just because those were like really well fleshed out. Like the tape finder was based off of a photo of you with a pink background, and you're holding these tapes, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like a blockbuster sci-fi movie where Tape Finder is Darth Vader, or so, you've seen it a million times where the villain is looming over, and the villain's, chariots or spaceships are coming out from the corner. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna do the close-up of the hero, the Mandrake.
Von Mandrake, yes.
Von Mandrake, screaming and doing his claw. And I was like, well, I need to balance it out. There's usually like some crazy like animal or something like
Your
that. So I was
VHS tapes won't take over the world. This is not possible.
Yeah.
It's not okay. So then he summons his ally from beyond the. This is a story. I didn't realize you had a story.
Yeah, and then here comes Falcor, Luck Dragon, and originally I was said to be a Luck Dragon, but I was like, it'd be funny because I'm the big fucking goofy kid. I decided to put myself doing the Sebastian, on top, and that balanced things out. And then I was like, oh, so we've got records, we got tapes, we need books. I put flying books on the side, and then I had to do an homage to Moon Age, Mooney, or also the Owl. He has many AKAs.
Many AKAs.
And that balanced out the tapes nice. So it was one of those things where it's like you just started, little pieces started to come together, and I was like, well, I need to balance this out. So it wasn't like a full thought out plan, but it was like little bits and pieces that we collected from our journey in our first season here. I mean, we're halfway through our first season, and so much fun,
folks.
So much fun, and so many little things that we've done. And if you followed along with us, you're really going to get this shirt. And if you haven't, you're just joining us.
It's a cool ass shirt.
Fun. It's a fun shirt. It's a blockbuster shirt. I'm pretty
proud of it. Give it to your grandmother. Your grandmother will want to wear Von Mandrake on her. It'll remind her of that one movie she watched. Oh, he looks like someone famous.
Oh,
who's that guy?
Von Mandrake reminds me of a young
Nicky
Nicolas
Page.
Cage. Yeah. But it's kind of our movie poster. We've got our logo, which is the mystic fire arts of cover decoding. But this is our blockbuster movie poster
coming this summer.
Yeah, and we've passed judgment on so many covers. So now there's something out there for you guys to hopefully buy, even if you don't like it, and then you can pass judgment on it every day when you look in the mirror.
Yeah, and send us your hate. Tell Inks what he did right and what he did wrong. Speaking of Inks, what gave you what was the hardest thing for you to put together on this, and what was the most fun for you to do? Because I feel like I know. Probably, I feel like I remember you telling me.
The hardest part and the most fun part was figuring out that Nicolas Cage Mandrake.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, because one of the things, and just finding the balance. Like I kept trying to do, the fire. Our logo is a weird shape, right? It's an upside down triangle. It's bursting out. And getting everything to fit. But yeah, the Mandrake I did so many times. There's several versions of it, but trying to get it to look like Nicolas Cage, but also a plant monster. That was difficult, but a lot of fun because then I got to do all the leaves and the glare on the leaves, and you're working up from black and you're using the highlights and, trying to add shading to his eye and his face, but not have it totally turn into this mummy version of him. And then, one of the easier ones was the tape finder because you're in a leather jacket and it's got all the right glares. They're very high contrast. You can smell the hot dog water.
The little sausages popping out of my pores.
Right. And then the owl was hard
flapping
too.
Your arms, getting these fucking books. I can't figure them out.
Fear me. Yeah, and so, but yeah, definitely the biggest challenge and probably the most fun in the end was the Mandrake Scream. And another challenge was just keeping the balance of it because you can't. We've got this triumvirate of hosts here, and we've had to learn over time to keep the balance between the three of us. And just like that, the shirt was kind of that. Yeah. So
once you finished drawing it all out, right? This image is insanely clean, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I am assuming you went ahead and you vectorized this, right? So, what was your process with that?
Well, to all you vector junkies
Let me tell
out
you,
there.
young man.
To all you vector junkies out there, I have one thing to say. Bah, vector. Bah. No. One of the things you can do, vector is important, especially if you are trying to preserve a logo and you're doing it for clients and stuff. But it is a long haul, as Bringineer knows, because you are plotting points on a graph, basically, of your drawing. And so with this one, I said, no, not doing that. I'm just going to free draw
Really?
it. But I did it super big. And this is a little inks hack. Inks hack.
Here we go, folks.
For you
Listen up.
guys. If you have something that's detailed, you want to send it off to be printed at a 300 DPI. And you don't want to vector it, or at least you're not ready to vector it, but you need to get it out. Draw it huge on your screen. Make your canvas big, 20 by 20. Even if it's going to be a 12 by 12 image, which our shirts are, make it 20 by 20, do the drawing, and then you can only really shrink down from there. I can't imagine any case in which we're going to need something bigger than 20 by 20, maybe one day. But that's an inks hack. You can do your normal pixel drawing, 300 DPI, super huge, and then shrink it down to the size that you need to do to print.
Now, what software did you do this in?
Oh, well.
Tell me all your secrets.
I'm going to let you know right now.
Did you use?
Let me take a stand. Let me plant my feet in the dirt.
We're trying to trick you, folks.
This may change. This may change, depending on my station. So, if a future Inks is listening, don't hate me for this. But fuck Apple. Fuck Adobe.
I can
They
agree with
are
that.
now charging you monthly to use their software. So I made the change and went to Affinity Designer. It's a company out of Britain. You can get their software, I think, on sale for $25, and then normal price
Quite nice.
like $40.
And it's just as good. I mean, I'm sure
it's
there's
fantastic.
I'm sure there's features in there that Photoshop doesn't have or whatever. If you're the nitty gritty, but if you want to sit down, you want to do a comic, you want to create a logo or whatever, it is streamlined. It is easy to use. It is super quick. It's super fast. It's everything you need, and if you get it at the right time, it's $25, one-time payment.
Right.
That's it.
And you can switch between pixel and vector in that program. So it's almost like Photoshop and Illustrator combined. It's missing some features of Illustrator. It does not have an auto draw, but a lot of people who are in the design world are not going to do an auto draw anyways. And it's got a great vector tool, and the brushes are getting better, and I'm a believer, and it's only getting better, and the tutorials are fantastic, and it even has a pixel tool. So if you like to do pixel art, there's a pixel tool you can use.
Hit us up, Affinity. We will support you to the grave.
Yeah, I'm a believer in Affinity. I think, those other programs that I mentioned are going to be ahead of the pack forever, but they're propped up by the students and the institutions that teach and make you learn how to design in those programs. They got in as the end-all be-all, and I'm telling you, they're not. There's Affinity Designer, and then the other one that I like to use a lot is Clip Studio, which used to be called something Paint. It's a Japanese program, but if you want like really good realistic watercolor and pens, that's a great program too. And you can get it again on sale for I bought it for $40 or $50, but I see it all the time for $25, and it pisses me off, but it's still worth it because it's a great program. And again, if you buy those two programs on sale, it's like $50. That's how much they're going to charge you like a month to use.
There you go, ladies
Adobe.
and gentlemen. You heard it from the pros. You don't have to pay out. Sometimes companies go out there. They're the ones people know. They're the ones they're familiar with, but they're not always the one you need to use. So go out there, do some research.
Always do your research. Always, when you're wanting a new platform or something to work with, I know the big name brands are alluring, but there are other options out there. For a long time, I used GIMP, which is not that user-friendly, but it got the job done. It didn't have a CMKY option, it was a pain in the butt. If I needed to do a online banner or something, I use that forever to do all my online work, and it works pretty well. And then I discovered Affinity, and you can't do much better for the price.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I have one more question for Inks about this cover. Then we're going to get into some of the technicals of how you can put this piece of our mind on your body. So, Inks, this is an important one. What kind of music, or I should say, what mood did you set when you were working on this? Was it chaos around you? Did you light some candles? Did you give yourself a nice inner thigh massage?
This was a morning project.
Morning project. Coffee.
This is a morning project. Before, this was because I had done a lot of the legwork as far as doing the sketches and putting that up. And this was a good project that, for me, morning projects are projects that I've already been working on. I don't have to do a whole lot of thinking or planning. I can just sit down and get into it. Like going on a fucking bike ride or going on a run and getting yourself started for the day. This is a great morning project.
Shing!
I listen to many different musics. Of course, we've been into Dungeon Synth lately. Magic Sword is my fucking jam. Yeah. A lot of that kind of stuff. And but again, this is definitely a morning project. Misty, everyone's quiet. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on, and I can just dive in to every little pockmark on sweet mandrake Nickage.
Sweaty cummy pores.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Inks, for being here on the show. That is also your show for us to interview
I'm glad
you
to be
on.
here.
You're not collecting
honor.
any royalties off this, but
fuck.
That's okay. Maybe you'll sell a shirt or two.
You do it for the love.
You do it for the love. And folks, there's a lot of love in this shirt. You can really see in each segment. There's kind of an atmosphere. There's a mood. I can really feel the personality. So well done, Inks. I feel like you did a great job for our first one here. Tell the folks, where are they going to? It's going to be in the notes. We're gonna have posts, but for them listening, where can they find this? What can they expect?
So on our website, which is through Libsyn, full disclosure, over on the right, you're going to see a bar with links, and there's going to be Cover Decoder merchandise. That is going to take you to another website called Teespring. We chose to do through Teespring because when you buy it, they print it. So we're not going to fill up the book house with boxes of shirts. and that's where you're going to find it. And I set it up for crews, V-necks.
Mm-hmm.
There is slouchy tees for the ladies. There's
your
also
styles.
V-neck tees for the ladies.
You like
And
styles? We got
think I
styles.
might
You want V-necks? We got
add-
V-necks.
Yeah, we got V-necks, we got it all. And I'm thinking about adding another option for the ladies before we launch this thing official. Oh, and there's also winter's right around the corner.
Arriving? Winter's
Eventually?
arriving? Are we trying to avoid copyright here?
There's also hoodies.
Winter is coming
If you-
in a Game of Thrones, which means 100 years.
Yeah.
Well, this will be sooner than 100 years. Well, if you need something to shove your hot dogs and candy and smuggled popcorn into the movies, when they open, and the Cover Decoder hoodie is perfect for that, because the 16-year-old that is watching the door is going to be fixated on Mandrake, Nicolas Cage's claw, or maybe
Absolutely.
the flames rising out of the middle.
They're not going to be
And
looking at the
he's not
popcorn
gonna
in your
even
jeans.
he's not going to even think about the gumdrops that are currently melting into your crotch.
You can walk in with a 6-pack of beers, and they're just going to go, "What is that shirt?
Yeah, bro. Me and
What are
Sully
you
did it all the
wearing?"
time.
You don't even have to pay for the movie,
Put on your
folks.
Cover Decoder
That's the magic
hoodie,
of Cover
brother.
Decoder.
Yeah. You can smuggle in a whole rack of Coors, brother. Easily.
Now, what's the price point on some of these options?
I tried to keep it. I believe our price is going to be $24.
Okay.
$24 for the shirts. The slouchy tee is a little bit more expensive. I think it's $28. And
Does that come with shipping?
the hoodie eludes me. No, you have to pay the shipping
Oh,
too.
so you do have to pay shipping, folks.
But you gather around your friends. You say, "Look, we're going to do this thing. We're going to order a whole wardrobe." And
Fill your
you
closet
split
with
the
Cover
$11.
Decoder tees.
That's right. That's what we did. That's what we
Yeah,
did when we
we
ordered
did.
ours. We asked around. We ordered a giant box full, and then we just plastered our faces on our bellies and wore it proudly.
We did. And ladies and gentlemen, just so you know,
Right.
the money is that you're buying for these shirts, it's really going to fund what you are listening to right now.
Right.
It's going to pay. You know, we're total. We are 100% open. We're not going to hide anything from you guys. We're not
Bootstrap.
sitting in our manor on Lakeside Shore. We are.
No.
Speak for yourself. I got the
Tapes-
new Lambo coming in off the lot right now.
Well,
Tapes
damn it,
is
why-
naked,
Why
folks.
am I recording naked under a table?
Exactly. Yeah, we're doing this. We're basically doing this to help us pay for the
servicing
the
fees,
hosting. Yeah, if you want to get together and make a podcast with your friends, do it. But also know that you're going to have to pay for a place to park your podcast.
Yeah.
And that's what the hosting is, and that's what the shirt's basically going to take care of us. And
You get some cool shit to put on your body.
it's just a cool shit, and this is a labor of love. We have day jobs. We do this, when we should be spending time with our families, but we chose to spend it with you.
Because in some
So
ways,
wear
covers
us
are
on your
easier.
body. Wear us on your body.
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, speaking of, our last thing before we conclude this wonderful interview, I believe I teased. Now, in full disclosure here, we don't always release episodes in order, so this may be before or after the tease. But
Yeah, true.
we teased a contest. And this is the contest, folks. Any of you can send in your covers. Our last episode, we are going to do all listener covers. We are going to select
Last episode of the year.
last episode
season one, yeah.
of season 1. We are going to do an episode cover decoder, a fan cover decoder. So send us your covers. We are going to select 3. We're going to select 3 of your covers. We're going to do all the covers. We're going to look into them. We're going to review them. We're going to talk about them. We're going to laugh about them. And then, out of those 3, we are going to select one of those lucky contestants to win a shirt. And we are going to
That's
send that
right.
shirt to you. So you know
That's
what?
right.
If you want some free merch on us, all you got to
Yes.
do is send us a cover. It doesn't even have to be a good cover. It can be a horrible cover. You can just go on.
Bring the heat, though. Bring the heat. Send us your darlings.
True. Yeah, send us something you actually like. But you know what? Even if you're like, I just want a shirt, that's fine. Send us some stuff. We want to look at it. We want to talk about it. We want to review it.
Well, thank you all again for being part of this journey as we uncover the mysteries behind these awesome covers. In this case, an awesome t-shirt.
Yes.
Our website is coverdecoder.com. If you have any questions, comments, or covers for us, please send them to coverdecoder@gmail.com.
You will win a shirt, possibly.
Also, check us out on Instagram at coverdecoder. Please like, review, and follow us on whatever platform you're listening to. It helps us out a ton, and we'll be forever grateful. Remember, folks, covers are important. Bye now.
Boom,
Especially when they're on your body.